On this episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast, we talk about The King and I, that's E-Y-E, by The Residents. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
We're two professional broadcasters. We like metal, and we like to talk about it, but every once in a while, we like to talk about things that aren't metal, and we set aside some time to do so in the months of March and September, and, it was time for...
it has been a while.
Something's been a while. We're not listening to Stained?
Yeah.
Is that Stained?
It's Stained.
No, instead... It was time for something weird. It's time for something very weird. So you decided it was time for The Residents.
We haven't done The Residents in too long.
It's been a bit.
Yeah.
If you don't know, The Residents are an art rock band or avant-garde or experimental music.
Multimedia thing, yeah.
They're been around since the 70s?
Yep. 72 is when their first EP
came out.
Santa Dog.
Basically, none of their identities are known, with the exception of one who passed away in 2018.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people are pretty sure.
Yeah.
But if you look at like their Wikipedia page, has a segment called Identity, and it's about 40 paragraphs long. As far as people have been speculated to be members of The Residents and so on and so forth.
I mean, Hardy Fox is definitely...
Hardy Fox is the only one who's like 100% known. And
Homer Flynn's the one that died, right?
No, Hardy Fox is the one who died.
Hardy Fox. I'm sorry, I get that backwards. Homer Flynn is still alive.
Yeah.
Hardy Fox died.
But outside of that, basically... No identities are like confirmed as far as there's a brief period where people thought it may be at least one of the Beatles.
Right, yeah.
Because their first album was called Meet the Residents.
Right.
Or maybe it wasn't their first album, but an early album of theirs was called Meet the Residents. And the cover and the title were obviously a spoof on Meet the Beatles.
Right, to like rip directly off and then just sort of drawn on.
Yeah. And so people speculated that maybe one of them was George Harrison because, the Beatles liked fucking weird music.
Yeah.
So why not? I think we can safely say that George Harrison was not a member of The Residents.
No.
But
he is now.
All The Residents actually have always been dead.
Yeah.
Hardy Fox is actually alive now.
Right. Yeah.
You leave the band when you become alive, I guess. I don't know what weird.
This is getting really psychedelic. You realize?
It could be. I mean, hey, more fodder for the band, I guess, to make some weird fucking music about. We'll talk more about The Residents.
All right.
But this album, by the way, is a series of covers of Elvis songs, exclusively of Elvis Presley songs.
That's why it's The King and I.
Yes, spliced together with a narrative framing device. Of
one of the band members talking to kids,
presumably the singing resident, as he is sometimes known, talking to a group of kids, almost in like a Sunday school type of vibe.
Kinda.
It sounded to me like a Sunday school lesson a little bit, but it was about Elvis instead of.
It was about Elvis, and you'll notice there's a little sort of a winking parallel in there. Maybe some Jesus stuff in there,
Yeah. Well, considering that the cover art is a crucifixion, perhaps there is a parallel being drawn there. We'll
talk about that.
Talk about that more later on. But how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
You're doing much better than you were last time we recorded. You're not in the process of actively dying.
Yeah. I feel great today.
That's good.
Well, okay, not great. I'm never going to feel great again.
Yeah.
But I mean, but I feel, compared to last week.
Sir, it's not hard to feel better than you did last week. That was it. So I went to I went down to Mandan on Friday
for a wedding.
For a wedding. It was rehearsal on Friday, and my sister's wedding was on Saturday. Mm-hmm. And one of the first things my mom said to me was, "Is OJ okay?"
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you for your concern. I appreciate it.
Yeah, she had, listened to it shortly after it came out, and it's just like, he was not feeling good, was he? No. I was like, nope, he was not feeling good at all.
No, I spent the 3 days prior to that pretty drunk.
Yeah, well, you threw up in my bathroom immediately after we turned the microphones off. You went to throw up.
Yeah. There was stuff in there I didn't recognize.
Oh, I thought you were saying in my bathroom.
No, yeah, in your bathroom. Man, what is this stuck to the wall of the shower?
But no, stuff you didn't remember eating?
Right, I don't remember eating that at all. There's some kind of a shell. What is that?
Did I eat a whole clam? Shell and all?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better.
As am I.
I was kind of surprised that I felt as okay as I did on Sunday morning.
Really?
Because well, you
went to a wedding.
Yeah, I went to a wedding. I did a fair amount of drinking on Saturday, all throughout the day. Basically, as soon as the ceremony was over and we got on the party bus, I started drinking, as did everybody else.
Yes.
And I wasn't going crazy with it. I think I did a pretty good job of pacing myself and staying decently hydrated throughout the day. But I find in recent years, what happens to me quite often is I don't end up with a hangover in the morning because I already have a hangover before I go to bed.
Okay.
And
so you sleep off your hangover.
Yeah, I kind of hate it because by the time we left the wedding reception, I had a pounding headache. I was starting to get a bit miserable.
Gross.
By the time we got back to the Airbnb.
Did you switch to water? I mean, did you?
Yeah. I should have just brought my water bottle into the venue.
Yeah.
It was in my parents' car the whole night, and I guess I could have gone out there a little bit more often. There wasn't free water.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was all water bottles. So that was. And I didn't want, because I don't have cash on me. There was probably an ATM somewhere on the premises, but I didn't want to mooch off of my dad the whole night and having, I don't like people buying drinks for me.
Yeah.
Too much.
Feels like an obligation sometimes.
I don't like mooching.
Right.
I don't like mooching too much anyway.
Well, how far were you from the Missouri River? I mean, you could have just.
Not terribly far, I think. But
if you were thirsty,
not drinking Missouri. We were definitely up on the hill in Mandan.
Gotcha,
we were not down at the river, though. We did stop for pictures. One of the places we stopped on the party bus was we stopped for pictures down by the marina in Mandan. There's a bar by the marina. And my brother-in-law and I were on the party bus, not my newest brother-in-law, but my existing brother-in-law. Right. We're on the party bus with them, but we weren't in the we weren't in the wedding party, so we held purses and and just waited in the bar. And there was a balcony, and we sat and we were desperately hoping, because everyone else went out onto the docks to take pictures, and we were all like, "Fall in, come on, somebody fall in." Right. Somebody fall into the water. Nobody fell into the water, unfortunately. But it was a good time. I had a good time. I did have to step outside more than a couple of times just to have a moment of silence and be alone for a couple of minutes and take a walk around the building.
That happened to me at my night job. A couple of times a night, it'll be in there. I'm gonna go outside. You can go have a smoke. No.
See, that's the thing. As I was thinking about that earlier today, I was like, man, smokers have a convenient excuse to just go be alone for a bit. It's to just go be by themselves. It's just I don't think it depends on what company you're in, I guess. But I think generally speaking, you can always just say, I need some fresh air. That's the old school excuse. Right. I just need some fresh air.
And that's valid.
It's valid. Yeah. Just I just need to go outside and the problem is that it could have been a beautiful, crisp, clean night, but instead it was about like, I don't know, upper 70s and 8,000% humidity.
Right. What, was that before the storms? Or was that after?
That was before the storms. The storms were on Sunday night.
Right.
So yeah, the humidity has been absolutely insane over the last week. Across the state, seemingly. It still hasn't dried out all that much. It's cooled off a bit, but it has not dried out. It's just been so muggy and gross. So me stepping outside in my full suit was not necessarily refreshing as far as air goes, but it was, at least it was just me and the crickets out there. Good Lord, were the crickets loud.
Wow.
Crickets going nuts down in Mandan, I guess. But yeah, that was a good time. But yeah, I woke up on Sunday morning and sort of got up and, definitely felt like I had been drinking a lot the day before, but I didn't feel sick and I didn't have a headache. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to argue with this. And, helped, I packed my stuff back up and helped a tiny amount to clean up with the Airbnb. It was kind of interesting, though, that apparently the people who owned the Airbnb we were staying at didn't really, not that they didn't care, but so many Airbnbs I've stayed at, they're so fucking picky about all of the cleaning that you have to do. You will do all of the, you will wash all of your own sheets, you will do this, that,
really?
that, blah, 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 all of this really strict cleanup rules. Apparently these people were just like, yeah, just take the sheets off the bed and pile the linens on top of the bed and maybe wipe off the countertops and you're good. It's like, oh, okay,
all right,
well, that won't take very long.
There are a lot of aspects of this story that I'm thinking to myself, I should have experienced mine. I've never stayed in an Airbnb, never been in a party bus.
The party bus was, I enjoyed it. There was alcohol. It was very loud. I did bring my concert earplugs.
Oh, cool.
Which I made use of. My brother-in-law, again, my existing brother-in-law,
right.
Saw me put them in and was like, what are those? Like concert earplugs. And he was like, I wish I had those right now. It was a little loud for him too, but alcohol smooths all things over. The one thing I will say, because it's still today, if I could just get fucking Pink Pony Club out of my head. I can't get the chorus to Pink Pony Club out of my fucking head. It just keeps coming back up. Is that Chapel Roan?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Believe me, it is.
It's like I couldn't. I the only Chapel Roan song that I know is one of hers is
Hot to Go.
Hot to Go.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if this is Chapel Roan or if this is Sabrina Carpenter because I don't know any Sabrina Carpenter songs by name.
Yeah.
It's like it's one of the two, and I can't say that I don't have any feelings about either of those two because I haven't purposefully listened to any of their music, but I will say that song has been stuck in my head and I resent it for that.
It's a catchy tune.
Yeah, that's why it's stuck there.
Yeah.
But I can't say anything as to the quality. Also, I feel like if I were to say something to the quality of it, someone would find me.
Yeah.
But no, as far I'm not really that kind of pop fan, generally speaking. On occasion,
sure.
I think there's been there's been a couple times here where we've listened to something like that, but it's usually something a bit older. That I guess bubblegum pop you'd call it. I don't know if that term is still in use anymore.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't listen to that very often, but I understand it has its merits, and I would probably enjoy it, but I got other things that I'm listening to.
You get a plate full.
I got a full plate of music. I say that, but I do end up listening to the same albums over and over and over again.
Same.
Which is, I guess my plate is still full. It's just full of the same meal I'm always having, which if that isn't true in many facets of my life, then I don't know what is.
Right, you ate the same food every day.
Basically,
well. Yep. Although today, speaking of sort of meat and potatoes as far as music goes, I was in my car and I'm like, I don't know what I feel like listening to, and then it's as if though my phone was like, I got you, buddy.
We got it.
Yeah. Suddenly, loudly through my speakers was Bolt Thrower. I mean,
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that is what I wanted. I didn't know.
You didn't know you were in the mood for Bolt Thrower,
Yeah.
but I mean, I feel like I would always be pleased if Bolt Thrower came on.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would ever be unhappy about Bolt Thrower being played. You know,
He's played World Eater came
Yes.
on. It was a great song.
fantastic.
No guts, no glory.
Yes. It's been a little bit since I've listened to Bolt Thrower. There is a new Lorna Shore album out. I listened to a little bit of it, so I feel like it is too early to pass judgment on it.
Uh-oh.
It might be Spotify. It might be my headphones. The mix seemed a little weird, which is like the second new deathcore album this year
With a weird mix.
that I'm like, why is the mix so weird? And it also I only listened to a couple full songs. It felt like they were maybe trying a little too hard to like do their thing.
What was the other? Was it the Whitechapel album? No.
No. It was
Trying to think.
the Whitechapel album was fucking perfect.
That was fantastic.
No, Shadow of Intent.
Yeah, Shadow of
The
Intent.
mix was a little weird on Shadow of Intent. This has like a sort of opposite problem with Shadow of Intent, where Shadow of Intent to me felt like it was way too. It felt kind of flat. It wasn't super dynamic, and the treble was just a little too high. It was like dry to me. This new Lorna Shore album is fucking drenched in bass.
Yeah.
It's way too bassy.
Really?
They're using bass drop. There's a bass thing in a breakdown they do that's so loud it sounds like an explosion. Where I don't know if that's by design or if it's like something with the way the song was encoded, but it distorts.
Really?
It peaks basically. I don't know. It felt like they were. It just felt like it was too much. I don't know. Which I mean, maximalism has been their thing for a bit. It's hard to say that that wasn't the case on Pain Remains, but it just feels like maybe they've leaned a little too hard in that direction. But I don't know. I feel like I would need to actually listen to more of the album to really be able to pass judgment on it, or maybe I just wasn't in a particular mood. I did listen to it on Monday, and I was half dead on Monday.
Oh, sure.
Like I felt okay on Sunday morning, I drove home and I was tired.
Sure.
And then I continued to be extremely tired on Monday.
Right.
I could barely string together a coherent sentence. Oof. I felt like on Monday. I was just extremely burnt out. And so I was, I don't think I was in a very accepting mood, of any kind of music. So I won't pass any final judgment on this new Lorna Shore album until I give it a fair shake. So I listened to a couple songs. I was like, I don't have the energy for this. I don't have the energy to meet this where it's at, because where it's at is really high up here. It's going to take me a long time to get there.
It requires an emotional investment of some kind.
Like most of my listening on the way home was like the Wonder Years and like Boy Genius and like Phoebe Bridgers and stuff. It's like I'm down here right now.
Right.
I'm down here right now. I can't be up here with Lorna Shore for a good bit. Yeah. Oh,
sure,
yeah.
You betcha.
You all for sure.
Don't you know?
There was a lot of that.
In Bandon?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like that's any large gathering.
Do you want another beer? Oh yeah.
Yeah, get you a beer.
Sure.
There wasn't free water, but there was a keg. There were two kegs.
Really?
2 kegs. So yeah.
And you could just fill up out of that.
Yeah.
You have to pay for it.
Yep. There wasn't free water, but there was free beer. So you're at a North Dakota wedding reception. But yeah, it did get me thinking, because it's like, man, if I ever get married, I think it's just going to be like ceremony out somewhere married by a friend, probably Matt at this point.
Yeah.
Probably our friend Matt, because he can do it.
So
He's
can I.
licensed. Yeah, or
I'm
you.
also licensed.
Yeah, well, it would be the question of, okay, who gets to be in the wedding party and who has
sure.
to be the officiant?
Yeah. Well, Mac's actually your friend, so I would officiate.
Yeah, I have you over here once a week to talk about our mutual interest
for 8
because
years.
we're just workplace acquaintances.
Right, exactly, yeah. For a long time, it was twice a week.
Yeah, because we were playing D&D as
Right.
well. But yeah, it's like, if I ever get married, which is an if, it was just like, ceremony there. And it's like, all right, thanks everybody for coming. Now we're going to have dinner with the important people. Mm-hmm. And then we're all going home. Mm-hmm. We're going to go eat. We're going to have a couple of drinks. We're going to talk about how much we mean to each other, and then we're all going to go home.
That was my second wedding. We were in Oak Park. Suddenly, people show up with folding chairs and a dais, and then a judge shows up, and then some dude crashes the wedding on a motorcycle, and then we all disappeared to my mom and dad's house.
It's like because it's like if I'm with somebody that's a huge social butterfly, then maybe a traditional reception, but I don't know how I would survive in such a relationship.
Yeah, I was gonna you getting married to a huge social butterfly.
Yeah,
man, there would have to be a real strong connection. I
mean, they say opposites attract and whatnot, but there's a limit to that. Right. There's a limit of complementary personality traits and what actually is complementary and what is just opposite. There's a different. Complementary does not mean opposite. Right. But yeah, I like if for my own thing. Because obviously anybody else gets like do whatever you want. It's your day. Do what you want to do. Right. And if it gets to the point where it's my day, I'm like, all right, we're gonna be fucking chill. We're gonna be so goddamn chill, and then we're all gonna go home. Right.
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
At my wedding, the bride would have a baby 5 days later. So.
So there was a limit to what could be done.
Right. Do not jostle the bride, please.
Yes.
In fact, we're going to go have a quiet.
The bride is not going to do the chicken dance.
Right, no.
It's mandatory. But yeah, it is always interesting at, every wedding I've been to, in North Dakota especially, there is the most people dance in the middle of the reception because that's when people have had enough alcohol that they have gotten past their inhibitions keeping them from dancing. Right. But they're not so tired yet that they don't want to dance anymore. But in the beginning, once you get
nobody's drunk enough.
Once you get the bride and father dance and so on and so forth taken care of, the traditional dances taken care of, then it empties out for a while. Yeah. Nobody wants to dance because nobody's had enough to drink. Everybody's at the bar. And then, about an hour later, suddenly people want to dance.
There's a bell curve is essentially what it is.
Yeah, there's a bell curve when it comes to the amount of people who want to dance. It was kind of interesting. If you look at like the side tables, there's a whole lot of my family. I don't think anyone in my family likes dancing. We were all sitting down.
Well, at my daughter's wedding, they had, when you're with your RSVP, you had to request one song. Yeah. And they went through everybody's songs that was there, and then I'm like, I'm exhausted, and then I went back to the hotel room with like Maximus, and the next day Abby says, we're all hanging out, everybody's a little bit drunk and retired. Then fucking Rip and Tear came on.
That's what you put on your RSVP. You at least you didn't put I Come Blood on there. The live version, of course.
Well, yeah. So you can get the explanation. Otherwise, you wouldn't get the full.
You wouldn't know what the song is about.
Yeah.
I still, God, I need that. I need that to be on Touch Tunes or something. There's some Cannibal Corpse on Touch Tunes, I think, but I don't believe they have the live version of I Come Blood.
I don't believe so.
If you don't know,
I'm pretty sure I've looked for it.
Yeah. If you don't know why I would want that, it's because George Fisher, Corpse Grinder, opens the song. It's at a live concert, so he's doing a little bit of stage banter, and the stage banter is, "This is a song about shooting blood out of your cock. I come blood." And then the song starts playing. Yeah. And it's just, it's so funny.
It is hilarious.
It's really funny.
And it's especially funny when you hear that and you picture what's going on, and then you go to George Fisher's Instagram.
Yeah.
And you see him working a claw machine.
He's just a sweet middle-aged dad.
He's at Disneyland with his daughter and wife.
Well, and then the other mental picture is that song being played at the Lamplighter Lounge in Minot, North Dakota,
which I actually no kidding tried to do. I've
tried to do it as well. Yeah, when I was in college and would get dragged to the bar every once in a while, I would always futz around on Touch Tunes. I think I didn't want to be too much of an asshole, so I. The worst thing I would do was try and find the longest Mastodon song I could find. And I don't. Hushed and Grim wasn't out at the time. The last, however many times I was there.
Sure.
Which I think there's like an 11 or 12 minute song on Hushed and Grim. The longest song at the time I could find, I think, was Jaguar God, which was like 8 minutes long.
Right. That's off the Sand album. The
Emperor of Sand.
Emperor of Sand.
So I put that one on there, but I feel like Mastodon would go over relatively well with a bar crowd.
Yeah.
But I guess it depends on how long and how proggy it is.
Yeah, because we had this dude named Dewey, rest in power. He used to play Pink Floyd on there. He's a regular middle-aged dude, just a really nice guy. I like me some Pink Floyd, and so he would play shit up for their earlier stuff and be like, here's this track that's 18 minutes long. A lot of it is just space noise experimentation.
Yeah.
And then it would really annoy the shit out of a lot of the other people. And they're like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, it's Pink Floyd, you cretin.
You fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You don't like Pink Floyd? Now the best thing, the best possible thing would be Bell Witch. Bell Witch would be amazing.
Yeah.
But the unfortunate thing is people can pay for skips.
They can.
Which is probably for the best from a certain point of view.
Mm-hmm. That's what, 80 minutes long? Is it 80?
It depends on which album you're talking about.
Mirror Reaper?
Mirror Reaper, I think is I think 80. I think it's 80. An hour.
One song.
Yeah, I think an hour 20 sounds right.
That's really testing people.
Yeah. I think their more recent one is maybe a little bit shorter.
Like 70 minutes.
Yeah. We could do Dope Smoker as well.
Sure.
To get something that's maybe a little bit more groovy. People would still get sick of it.
I feel like the people in the programming department over at Touch Tunes, probably are going, we're
not doing that.
Let's not make this available.
We're not licensing those songs. I think something that did occur to me though is I do wonder how much. It depends on the bar how much people actually pay attention to what's playing, because I feel like depending upon how loud the bar is, as far as how crowded it is, and how much people are talking to each other, like I would play classic white people songs on occasion of like everybody's going to hear this and all the white people are going to start singing classic ones, fucking Don't Stop Believing,
right?
And I would do that at the Lamp. Nobody would fucking sing. Not a single person would start singing. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Nobody's paying any attention.
What's wrong with all? Because nobody was paying attention.
Right.
To the music that was playing. It was just background noise. And that I found that very disappointing because it's like almost any other place in the world, you get a group of white people together and you start playing "Don't Stop Believin'" and they're going to start singing. That's just the rules. That's the rules. And Bohemian Rhapsody, another one. People are going to start singing. Nope, not there. Which I mean, there's been multiple violent crimes that have happened there over the last couple of years, so maybe that's some indication.
The attitude has changed.
I do feel it's been weird to me to see that happening there because it's like is it not like a college bar anymore? Because
only kinda. I mean, I've been in there a few times over the last few years.
Yeah,
and it's gotten a little more blue collar. Sort of rednecky.
Because it used to be like when I was in college, it was always stuffed to capacity with football and hockey players and like women's soccer and women's hockey.
Those people are at the O now, I think, a lot.
Yeah, at the time it was the Lamp. It was the place where all the athletes would go and drink and whatnot. And the only reason I was there is because my roommate and good friend
Leaf.
did like all the announcing for the athletic department at the time. So he knew all of them, and I was just there because why should I have a quiet night in? I was promised alcohol, so I guess I'll go.
There you go.
But yeah. Anyhow, do you want to talk about the Residents?
Sure.
So the Residents, as we mentioned, are an American art rock collective. You could just say art collective, perhaps, in general, because there's many different sides. Music being obviously the most well-known and sort of the part that everything else exists around, generally speaking.
They've made movies. They did like a computer CD-ROM thing.
Yeah.
You had to find your way through different art projects.
But they came out of Shreveport, Louisiana, but relocated to California at some point. They've been around since the early 1970s, since 1972. They're known for their very specific big eyeball head iconography, usually with a top hat. That's appeared on, I guess, most of their album covers.
Yep. A lot of them,
Yeah, it's the symbol of their band.
One of them was stolen at one point.
One of the eyeball helmets.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're one of these bands that's kind of like it's kind of like Gwar, in the sense that it's more of like a collective. It's like an art collective more than it is a traditional band. Right. In some sense.
And this was kind of their last album that they did before they branched out into all the multimedia. This is the end of their just making albums era.
Yeah. So this album, as we mentioned, consists almost entirely of covers of Elvis songs. The exceptions to that are the various interstitial framing devices.
The Baby King,
talking about basically sort of exploring or introducing like the conceptually like what Elvis was doing, sort of what he wanted, kind of alluding to different chapters of his career and that sort of thing. And
it's a guy talking to kids.
Yeah, that's why to me it felt like a Bible story, like it was Sunday school. The tone of voice. Maybe it's just because of the Southern accent almost,
maybe.
But like the tone of voice and again, like you mentioned earlier, sort of biblical allusions almost. Made it feel almost like a Sunday school lesson, like Elvis is being compared to Jesus in some way.
Right.
Sort of talking to these little kids. And I really enjoyed those. I thought those were fun.
Yeah.
I thought those were a lot of fun.
Because it was obviously not scripted on the kids' part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that felt really like candid. I enjoyed that a lot. The songs themselves are Elvis songs.
Yeah.
Occasionally you might recognize a melody or a rhythm.
Mean, they didn't change the lyrics.
Yeah, the lyrics are the same. I don't like. It's one of those things where when you listen to an acoustic version of a rock song, sometimes the arrangement has to be changed a little bit. I'm not overly familiar with Elvis's discography.
Yeah,
but I feel like a lot of these are almost unrecognizable.
I mean, only to a small extent.
Yeah, I think it's the change of instruments is very big. And there's a lot of atmosphere that are added to the songs. I think that also definitely makes them feel very strange. In addition to the vocal delivery, sounding like a bizarre mix between Goofy and Les Claypool.
Which these guys inspired Les Claypool heavily.
And people have, almost, I guess, accused Les Claypool of being a part of the Residents at several points.
Has he ever said no?
I mean, I don't know why you would. I think he's probably denied it. But members of Devo, I think, people have speculated have been involved with the Residents.
And as a young college student in the early 1970s, Penn Jillette played an entire Residents album at the college radio station he was at.
I believe it. Yeah, that sounds like something Penn Jillette would do.
Before he dropped out and went to clown college.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. But yeah, the vocal delivery is very odd, and I think goes a long way towards highlighting how when you put a lot of Elvis lyrics into a different context, how... And this was made in the late 80s, so maybe it wouldn't have been quite the same feeling, but in 2025, especially with the vocal delivery, a lot of the Elvis lyrics come off as real creepy.
No, they came out creepy then. This was meant to if you
sort of highlight how creepy some of these lyrics are.
I mean, when Elvis was singing, it was like, "Oh, this is a good time. It's rock and roll." He's singing about love.
He's charming. He's charismatic.
It's great. But if you just say those in a different way, it's way different.
It gets weird. It gets creepy.
Yeah.
Like pretty much all of them come off that way for the most part. I mean, part of it is just because so many big Elvis hits are, allude to romance in one way or another. Because that's just, I think one of the only ones that isn't. It's like Viva Las Vegas, and that's about gambling.
Yeah, gambling and partying.
Yeah. It's like his latest Flame, especially when you think about like Priscilla, right?
Yeah.
You think about that, and I mean, think about Priscilla in the context of any of these lyrics, and it gets weird.
Yeah.
But
she wasn't quite of age.
Yeah.
Shall we say?
I mean, I think that's well known, but for anybody who knows just about anything about Elvis.
Yeah.
It definitely is a very interesting way to experience Elvis songs. And for you especially, I think this album is a different experience, I think.
It is, because these are songs I've heard all my life. Repeatedly. My dad is an Elvis impersonator.
Yeah.
So all of these songs I just know right off.
They're ingrained in stone in your mind.
Yeah, they're all right there. So when I hear them like this, it's like,
it's like seeing something very familiar, in a completely different context.
Right.
I'm trying to think of a good example. Like seeing your child here's one. Having sex in your childhood bedroom when nothing's been changed since you left home.
Yeah.
It's like that, where it's like, oh, this is
Brennan.
This is different. But yeah, It's So for you, like hearing it must be very strange.
It's like seeing a former boss naked. Yeah, I would say that too. Yeah. I mean, the one that stands out for me, and I don't know if this was my favorite, but it really stands out is Teddy Bear.
Yeah, Teddy Bear is. That's weird.
I don't want to be tiger. Tigers play too rough.
I'll be your teddy bear. It's just bizarre. Just the delivery is so unhinged at times. Well, and it's this. I mean, again, like it's the Les Claypool thing, which is this probably where he picked it up. But I mean, these guys are from Louisiana, but they really crank up like this almost comedic Southern accent to this extremely strong Southern accent, which is a thing in a bunch of Primus songs.
Right. Well, I mean, but he is from the Bay Area. He's not from the South.
But I don't know why that, other than it's something that happens on a lot of Residents albums, and it's something that Les Claypool thought was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, the fucking South Park theme song is sung in a Southern accent, even though he's from California, and the show takes place in Colorado. What, like?
You know, it's funny. There also is kind of an element in the Western United States.
Yeah, twang.
There's a twang. There's a where are you from? I'm from Bakersfield.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Okay.
I mean, yeah, rednecks are anywhere.
Yeah.
And there is, I think, just culturally there has become. I don't know if that's always been the case. I mean, the Western accent, I guess, is a thing where there's a twang to it, but it's different than there's the Southern drawl and then there's a Western twang.
Right.
And I think popular media has caused the two to merge.
Yeah.
I think the two have merged over time.
Like, speaking of Bakersfield, it's a huge country music scene.
Yeah.
Out of that particular hole of a town.
Yeah, like country western has kind of ceased to be as a popular music genre. And most country music now is very Southern, where it used to be a bit more spread out. Yeah, there's always country music from the South, but the South was like the home of like bluegrass and shit. And country western was more just sort of general music for the whole, western 2/3 of the continent, basically.
We play both kinds of music,
country
and western.
But yeah, it's definitely an interesting sort of thing. But does this album slap?
I don't think it's meant to slap.
Yeah, sure. So 8 reviews on the Wikipedia page came out to 58.75. There was one 100% on there from a publication called Music Hound. All the other ones were all over the place. Yeah. I mean, they were all over the place. Right. There was a couple 80s in there, and then there was a couple of like 40s, and it's the reviews were everywhere, all over the place, and came out to 58.
Because these guys know their audience. They know that all those people who are doing reviews ain't gonna like it.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit.
They don't fucking care.
They're honey badgers.
Yeah, like it does not matter to them in the slightest. But right. I was just like, what the hell? What's your favorite track on here?
I think it is their version of Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the ones that like I everybody I think knows the tune Viva Las Vegas. I mean,
they made a movie out of it.
Yeah,
yeah.
But it's so different. It feels so different, and it feels to me much more genuine to what Las Vegas is actually like. While you're there. It feels much more like the Residents song than the Elvis one.
I wandered off the strip. No, I don't know where my wallet is, and there's barf in my pants. I haven't slept in 2 days.
I have a sunburn.
And I'm freezing at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it was 114 earlier, and now it's 40 degrees.
Because none of the environment here is capable of holding warmth.
Except during the day where it does get to...
Well, yeah. I mean, that's because the sun is beating down on it. But the
Right.
moment the sun goes away,
Yeah.
it's like you're on the surface of Mercury. You're on the sun side, you're dying of heat. You're on the dark side, you're going to freeze to death.
Yeah.
But, yeah, what metal do you... I didn't pick a favorite because...
How? Yeah.
Okay. So what metal do you bestow upon this, like Maskanata to Chewbacca?
I mean, I like this one. It's not my favorite Residence album, but I would give it a silver.
Okay. Yeah, I'll also give it I didn't dislike this by any means. It's just weird. But yeah, a silver definitely for me. We're going to do a huge gear shift for next week. I had mentioned how I was listening to a lot of like Boy Genius and Phoebe Bridgers on the way home, and I was like, you know what? Does Lucy Dacus have a new album? And she does. It's called "Forever Is a Feeling." It came out this year.
Is she related to Jason
Sudeikis?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Lucy Dacus.
Oh, I thought Lou Sudeikis. I thought what you were saying. No, Lucy.
One of the three members of Boy Genius.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, she's got a new album called "Forever Is a Feeling." I was listening to a little bit of it before you came by, and I was liking it. She's, I think, got my favorite voice out of the three Boy Genius ladies. So I was like, let's go ahead and see what she's up to, and I want to talk about it next week.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, so "Forever Is a Feeling" by Lucy Dacus next week. Until then, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our feed on whatever podcast service you use to listen. Thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
Congratulations.
Sorry, I had a cramp. It was killing me.
do you want to do the thing?
Ready?
Congratulations.